Hi, welcome to For Flow with Chloe. Just trying to see if I've got a little box up here, I don't know if it's just for me or you guys can see it too. I'm just going to do a screenshot. So you couldn't, but there it is, there's a screenshot. I've already pulled the cards, the reading. I don't know if you can see the little box with the live feed of the current solar eclipse, which is happening right now. I can see the sun, but I don't have the glasses, so I don't want to burn my eyes out looking at it. But yeah, I thought it was just cute to have it on while I pull the reading. I have already pulled the cards for it just to save a bit of time. And off the bottom of the deck, so our kind of overall energies, I took 2 off the bottom and 1 off the top. And we had the 10 of Cups come out. So it's also a new moon as well that we've just had, that we're having on the 29th, as well as this solar eclipse. And we have a lot of Piscean energies on the go at the moment. We've got the North Node in Pisces, for example, and Neptune, which 10 of Cups is quite associated with, being water signs, Pisces being a water sign, being all like your dreams and your feelings and your intuition is the Cups cards. And that's what Neptune in the positive attributes represents. And so big time manifestation and dreams energy. We also get the Queen of Wands. A few hours after this solar eclipse in Aries, we have Neptune move from the 29th degree of Pisces into what sign? Aries. The Queen of Wands is a very fiery queen. She's very confident, she's very creative, she's very strong, and she knows what she wants and she gets it done. And it's very interesting that we have that Neptune moving into Aries right after an Aries solar eclipse. And so not surprising that that's part of the overall energy coming out. We also have the Lovers. So there might be something a lot to do with relationships coming up. Aries is all about the self and your own needs. And opposite the Aries sign on the zodiac wheel is Libra, which rules the 7th house of relationships. So there may be a lot of stuff coming up about you, your needs in relationship to others and getting those needs met. And what is your dream? How do you want to be in your relationships? How do you want to show up? How do you want other people to show up for you? That's what I'm getting with these 3 cards as our overall energies. I'd like to move the cards into the sun a little bit more. I'm not sure you can actually see the mega sparkliness of them. They look beautiful on my table though. Okay, so what else we had come out? I did mention it's a new moon. And what card did we get? But the moon. More quite Neptunian vibes, but also the fact that this solar eclipse is a new moon as well. Very interesting. This card is a lot to do with the subconscious, our dreams again, and often to do with like illusion and things like that. It came out with the 2 of Swords, having to make really big decisions and decisions about your dreams, what it is you truly want, and having to really make a difficult balance between your emotional subconscious needs and your like logical decision making and feeling a bit stuck in that. But having, with the Two of Swords, it's like we need to overcome this sort of feeling of stuck. When we have the moon as well, we have these sort of two pillars as well. But this little river down the middle indicates we need to kind of go with that flow of what we feel. And we've been feeling a lot of tension, a lot of burden, and maybe holding on to old securities. So the 10 of Wands is this like overburdened, overworked, burned out, putting your energy into the wrong places that don't serve you. And I feel like this is what this hard decision is about, like knowing what doesn't fit and what doesn't feel right with that moon, but not being able to, like feeling stuck and not being able to make a decision when we need to make a decision. And feeling like we need to hold on to these old paradigms, these old structures that are a bit of a security blanket and a fear of letting go, even though it's burning you out and frazzling you. We then get the Fool. The Fool's been visiting my readings a lot. Aries is the new, we've just come into the new zodiac wheel, so an astrological new year, because Aries kicks off that whole cycle again. So we're in a fresh astrological wheel, fresh, the season of spring, life comes back. The Fool represents all that stuff. It's like, la la la, I'm taking the leap into the new stuff, I'm ready for it. But it doesn't really consider, it just goes for it. It's like that Aries warrior, it just goes for it regardless. It doesn't really think it through that much. This Justice card is saying you need to find the balance of the passion of this and the harmony. Like, you need to think about how the decisions are going to affect the overall. And that's, again, this kind of Aries, Libran balance. The Justice card is very much symbolic of Aries and the relationship to others. And the Fool card is very much that, woohoo, me first. So more of this kind of need to find balance. So we do need to stand up for what we want, what we need, what our passion is, and go for it and have the bravery to do it. But we do need to still find the right balance of, it seems like polar opposites, but the Libra kind of Justice card is asking us to just be considerate and empathic and have a little bit of consideration about the impact of this before we go in guns blazing. Like, go with your passion, but also have the empathy and the consideration to make wise decisions and consider the impacts fully. Ace of Wands, very Aries, very new beginnings, very new inspiration, new flickers of hope. You know, the sun's coming back, the spring's coming back, things bursting back into life, and this fresh inspiration. Our soul fire coming back, our passion is lit. And it came out with the Seven of Wands, which is saying you have the strength and the passion. You have the strength. You do need to have your defenses about you. You do need to have boundaries. And it's very important when we have these sort of Libra energies coming up, and with the Lovers coming up as well, relationship to others, it's very important that we do keep clear boundaries. we can have it, and we have the strength to overcome the things we need to. We need to believe in that passion, and we know that you have the creativity and the spark to stand up for what you really want and what you really need for you after you have considered the impacts. We then got the Emperor. Mars ruled. Emperor is all about Mars, and Aries is also ruled by Mars. And it's being strong, stepping into your power in a balanced way, taking charge, but doing it in a balanced way, because he represents all four kings of the suits, the cups, the wands, the pentacles, and the swords. He's all four. And this card came out with the Four of Cups. This is someone who has the ability to take the lead. They have the power, but they can't see it. They feel detached from it. Like they're not believing in it. They're not seeing the positives. It can be, is looking at those three, dissatisfied with what he's got, and the universe is saying, hey dude, look, this is magic. This is the cosmic gift from the universe. Stop focusing on this like disappointment. A new day is dawning, and here's your cosmic gift. And you can have the power. So open your eyes to all the things you've got going for you. Seeing is believing, so that we can come into these right relationships with ourselves and others and have our wish. We can create our 10 of Cups, our manifestation, if we can find that strength, that belief. And I'm going to pull a shadow card for that. Four of Pentacles and Four of Cups and Two of Swords. I've got these upside down. Oh, okay. It's given me a few actually. I'm going to pick up the ones it's displaying to me. We have the Tower. This is like, I felt this as a shadow card, the Tower, for the asking about the Four of Cups, that holding on to old structures in fear, not being able to make a decision, feeling stuck. And which was the other one? This kind of apathy and not being able to see what we've got going on. I feel like this is the final acceptance of knowing that we have to let that fall away. You have to let it come down. Stop holding on to what's not meant to be. Make the decision. Be considerate, but stand up for yourself. You do have the power to be in right relationship. So let go of whatever it is you're holding on to that's burning you out. We also have the King of Swords, clarity, mental clarity. And what I always love about this is the heart is a compass. He's got the map, he's got the logic, but in his heart, he's being guided, and that's what's, in my opinion, lighting up that true decision. that mental clarity. So trusting your internal compass. You've weighed up the options, but that compass is steering you straight. And then we get the King of Pentacles. It's slow progress. If you're, these eclipses can last 6 months, and this Neptune moving signs, like all of the energy is making us feel like I need it now, but it's not necessarily going to happen right now. It might take some time, but invite in those new energies now, so that you can make progress. So you might be feeling like impatient, but you need to go the distance. Like, he's got a horse, he could be on it, he could be charging forward, but the Knight of Pentacles never charges. He doesn't rush. It's considerate. So needing to kind of overcome frustration about where is the new beginning. It is coming. If you can keep putting in the energy, putting in the work, and putting in the trust, and being guided by that compass to let go of the fears and let it come down, because the new things are coming. I'm also going to pull an everyday witch. On the bottom of the deck, instantly we're looking at me, was meditation for creativity, firepower, very Aries. He's got this kind of jester costume on as well, which is quite like the Fool and quite jovial. And so we've had a lot of cards that are representative of creativity, with that Queen of Wands and that Ace of Wands, and lots of fiery cards coming out, which are all about creativity. And the other card it wants to give us is water magic. And I've been talking a lot about the Pisces energies and the Neptune energies. Neptune moving from Pisces into Aries and closing out its final place in that end of the zodiac wheel of Pisces and moving on. We also have the North Node in Pisces, which is all about trusting our intuition. And a new moon is all about trusting our intuition and making those wishes and flowing with our intuition, with our subconscious. It's about belief. So believe and flow to create and trust. Be strong, be passionate, but flow and trust. And that is the reading. Happy eclipse, guys. Mwah.